Thank you so much.
Well, I suppose it's a bit of a change since the last time you guys got to see it. Not too bad. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a very special pre-holiday Lawn-Cology special. There will be no caroling in this. There will be no Grinching in this. There will be really nothing Christmas-related. Here's the thing. Wanted to give you guys an update on everything that was going on here and also share a little bit about what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. The building is obviously coming along pretty quickly. We're going to start doing electrical next week as well as some plumbing coming into the Christmas holiday, and then probably resume work maybe after the new year. But it's dried in and it's coming along fabulously. Just had a small snowstorm come through here, which just makes everything in this town light up. I mean, the mountains are absolutely stunning. Anytime the trees get painted white, it is just a sight to behold. And honestly, that's why I picked putting this building up here and the way that I did it. Now, one of the biggest things about this spot is it faces to the west. And I decided to put mostly glass front. So the whole front of this thing is going to be able to open up with folding doors. It's not sliding doors, fully open, basically retractable walls. So the fronts on these doors that you see in here are 9x9 in sort of the shop area, and then 10x9 in the other little living space. Above that are functioning windows as well, so we have 14 feet of ceiling height across the front end, and that's just going to let natural light in. Now the beauty of that is it kind of works a little bit like passive solar as well in the wintertime. As the sun is over on the south side, it will actually catch through those windows and warm things up. In the summertime, the sun passes over onto the right side, on the north side of the building, and while it will get some direct sun in the middle of the day, it actually shifts and won't catch all of the light, which again keeps it kind of in a good position. But aside from that, over the last couple of weeks, there have been some adventures going on. I was able to actually escape a little bit from the winter time, which has still been pretty light so far. And Katie and I were able to go hit Florida, see a bunch of clients and friends, and do some cool events, as well as just go on some adventures of our own.
Out with the moves, don't wanna meditate, girl, with you it's hard. Fill in the blanks, text me back, throw me a kiss instead of them tricks. Don't make it hard. I wanna celebrate, you know, our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes, our togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes, way down low. I don't wanna push and pull, girl, come on, follow me once. Oh, I don't play rough. You got me around your little pinky, and nothing to ask, nothing there. This crush is hard. I wanna celebrate, you know, our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes, our togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes. Way down low. You don't need are togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. Only we know how it goes. We know how it goes. Our togetherness, both mind and flesh. We know how it goes. Way down.
So I'd like to touch a little bit on travel right now, and maybe not everybody travels like I do. Maybe people travel more than I do, but I just want to put this in perspective real quick. So I am typically in the range of between about 35 and 50 round-trip flights per year. That's pretty normal for me. Most of those are going to be business trips. A few of those are going to be personal, but it's a lot of flight time. So this year, all in with COVID, 6 round-trip flights is what has gone on this year. Now, 3 of those occurred pre-COVID, 3 occurred post-COVID. The first one actually happened in May when restrictions were kind of starting to lift. The next one didn't happen until September, and then the third one wasn't until this trip just a couple of weeks ago. So for those of you who might be scared of traveling, I would say this: don't be. Now, from the beginning of this whole thing with the pandemic going on, myself and maybe quite a few others have had the same motto: is this is something that we should respect, but not necessarily fear. And I believe going through the guidelines, even though maybe some of it seems like optics, it's still worth it to get out there and see things, because the biggest point is this: travel feels very, very safe. Getting on an airplane, moving through security, seeing how vacant everything is, it kind of creates a totally new experience. And I don't think it's one to miss out on, to be honest with you. When the pandemic first hit, the first things that I noticed and what was really apparent to a lot of people is when everybody was locked down and hiding in their homes and kind of, unsure of what was going to happen, the roads were empty and the skies were clear, and it was pretty interesting. And there's a similar feeling to that in the airports right now, because it's just dead. If there were more places open and there were less restrictions, man, it would be a great time to travel, because people just aren't out, and that's kind of nice. But I'd like to digress. What I'd like to point out is, for a serious traveler, this has been a pretty hard year for me, and not being able to get out, that's only one very small negative. The huge upside to that is how much time I've gotten to spend with my family. Actually sleeping in my own bed, which is a little odd, and getting to garner and grow relationships that I might not have otherwise had. So for me, I don't know that I could be more thankful than how this year has been. With that, I do acknowledge there are people out there who've suffered, and it hasn't been easy for everyone, and I'm not saying it's been easy for me, but I am grateful for the time that I've gotten to spend with my family that I may not ever see again. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. So if you made it this far into the video, congratulations. There's a couple of very cool things that I'd like to point out real quick that are going to be upcoming. This is important. Our university trials for the aerate, liquid aeration, as well as a GreenePop study that we did on an establishment trial are both in and done, and spoiler alert, the results are awesome. I will be getting into that in greater detail. Professionally, there may be people out there who are going to see some of it earlier from the professor who actually did the study, as he contributes that into some of his upcoming presentations that he's going to have. So very cool stuff happening there. Aside from that, I don't know that I'm going to post another video before the holidays are over. And when January hits, it's a new year. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to kick off 2021 very strong. So in the meantime, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for following along. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for supporting me and my family. And I hope that all of you have a very merry, happy, safe, and beautiful holiday, Christmas, New Year's, everything. I'll talk to y'all real soon. See ya.